How we doing? How we doing, Levi? Look at her there. Come on. Jesus. Daft dogs there. How are you doing? I'm Martin from Gardens for Life and the Abundant Life Homestead. It's been a while, but we've done some homesteading projects in January and we've been packing orders and harvesting cuttings and tubers from the gardens like mad. Thank you to all of you that have made a purchase on our website. We've had to close the shop for a week, but it'll be back open again on the 1st of February. So stay tuned and get in there while the winter selection is still available. Do you look at that? Spring is definitely coming. We're only about a month off now. Everything's starting to grow out here. Time is flying. Soon enough we can start seedlings in our greenhouse. Oh, everybody's cute now. And what's going on here? What's happening here? You ready for the pets? So cute they are. Oh, you too, Nina. You too. You're all right, doggin. Oh, look at them there. Well, what do you think about your new mountain bike?
It's awesome.
What's the inch now? It's 24 inch. Lovely stuff. Plenty of outdoor adventures to be had. One of the homesteading projects was actually wood. We got some wood delivered. We're also going to be cutting and splitting wood as well. So probably more on that on our homesteading channel. Do you remember this fig tree? It's a Persian black fig tree and it's put on some serious amount of wood this year. And we're going to make more fig trees. We're going to try and cut these and root them as soon as the sap rises and the leaf buds swell this spring. And you should take a look at the amount of willows here. It's unbelievable. Look at this. The level of growth, and I've already taken some of them out from here. Look at this. This is just a willow arch as well. There's another one. Look at the amount of wood you get. These could be used for cuttings or for kindling as well. Look at all the elders here. There's a very productive variety of elder here. And we're going to use these for cuttings anyway. We're going to make more trees. Look at this. Who here knows what this is? Let me know in the comments below. So a lot of you were probably wondering about the seed and plant swap this year. Well, the good news is we are announcing it shortly. It's going to be on the 8th of March in Knockcrockery in County Roscommon. And we'd be delighted to see you there. We'll make a new video about the seed and plant swap so that new people will also know exactly what to do. Sort of feels like spring with the warmth after that storm we had on the weekend, or during the week I should say. It was like a proper rainstorm. Look at that, there's no weeds here inside the chicken pen. Isn't it brilliant? I could plant that up now after I moved that fence, but I don't really have any other place to move them at this point. I think I might just move this half of the fence up that way and get them to process those weeds there. That area, you can see the green part there. And I might just plant a few bits and pieces here in this area. A few kale plants, perennial kales and that type of thing, just to keep them going. Look at the josta berries, they're swelling now, the leaf buds. We've got plenty of josta berries, black currants left, and Jerusalem artichokes. Please bear in mind this is our own personal garden. And here's the perennial borage as well. We got some of that. And motherwort, lemon balm, plenty of garlic as well. We still have some elephant garlic. Alexander's as well we got. The Jerusalem artichokes were a real hit this winter. I'm sure people are looking to grow a bit of food for themselves in case they need it in years to come. Always a good investment. I mean, a garden is always a good investment because, especially a forest garden, it'd be low maintenance. You just throw in your perennials after you get rid of the existing vegetation, throw a bit of compost on top, and then a bit of wood chip, ideally. And you throw in a few understory trees like the elder and some shrubs like the currants and gooseberries and all the herbaceous perennials in between. Maybe even a couple of apple trees and plum trees in between as well. And a forest garden can provide you with value without you having to do much for it, really, until after you've done the initial setup. Here's lemon balm now. I mean, I planted this garden up about 3 years ago, I'd say, and I haven't done any maintenance here since. I mean, it kind of shows there is some nettles moving in, all right. This is the winter time too. There isn't much to be seen now, but in the summertime it is quite the jungle. You can barely even walk through here. But I love forest gardens. Forest gardens are the way to go, and even one person could take care of an acre or two of a forest garden, and it might get a little bit messy, but as Martin Crawford once said, tidiness costs energy. So it's not necessarily, tidiness doesn't necessarily make the garden productive, I should say. There's a great mullein here. We'll have plenty of great mullein seeds at this year's seed and plant swap. I also got Portuguese kale seeds again, directly from Portugal, and some of our own that we harvested as well. Ooh, here's some more comfrey. Jesus, we sold an awful lot of comfrey this year. What a great plant it is, so multifunctional. Here's a huge great mullein plant as well. I'll make a video in the next few days. I'll make a video about what seeds I got and what I'm going to grow. All kinds of different herbaceous perennials. And these are the flaming willow. Look at the colour of them. You go on the other side here for lighting. Look at that. Aren't they lovely? It's like a little wall of flaming willow here. I just planted those, I think they're only 3 years old now, 2.5 maybe. I basically just took a cutting, just like this, just a 1 foot long cutting, and I stuck it in the ground. You can see it down here. It has gotten a bit thicker, alright, but these branches can grow. That's 1 year's growth. Every year I cut those back down to the crown, down to here, and I always keep some of the new leaf buds as well. But not too many, otherwise you get lots of little branches. We do want some medium-sized branches. This year for the seed and plant swap, I'm going to go all out. Hopefully you guys can come. We are inviting as many of you as we possibly can to participate. We're basically just donating lots of cuttings and bare root plants and tubers and probably some crown divisions as well. Lots of plants and seeds, of course. We're donating them, just bringing them in, and anyone that wants some can take some. And that's worked for years now. And anyone else, people don't have to bring in anything. If you don't have anything, don't worry. You can come in anyway. And we're going to have a great time talking to like-minded gardeners and homesteaders in Ireland. Usually we get about 200 people at our seed and plant swaps. They come and go. They're not always there at the same time as well. Look at that. There's some old elephant garlic. I don't remember planting that there. That must have been ages ago. I'd say about 4 or 5 years ago. It's the job. That's what you want. You want to be planting perennials in your garden and forget about them, and then walk away for a year and then come back and then there's more of them. Isn't it great? This is actually the formal pizza garden. Can't really see it from this angle. Hang on. This is what used to be the pizza garden. It has turned into quite the jungle now, thanks to the birds planting all kinds of varieties. New varieties of raspberry, elderberry, currants and gooseberries. We're happy enough with the productivity of it. In the summertime we eat berries. So that's nice. And in the winter time we can still take cuttings. Like this blackcurrant here, for example. We've also got a huge mashua plant here. I've been asked about mashua quite a few times this winter. Unfortunately, we haven't had enough of them. We need to grow more, but I'm going to dig this one up. I might actually make a video about it, but I don't really want to promote it too much because the mashua is like a tuberous nasturtium and we just can't grow enough of it, to be honest. It's quite a popular tuber, but Jerusalem artichoke is definitely the most robust plant you can grow, the most reliable and frost hardy, and there is no natural pests for it. This is a curly willow, corkscrew willow. Always a nice tree to have. This tree is only 6 years old now, and check out the size of the main stem here is about 5 inches or 12 centimeters. You get quite a bit of wood. I wouldn't cut this one down for firewood or anything like that because it's too nice to have. Sometimes I just keep a tree and I don't bother cutting it back even for cuttings. It's nice to have. Some odd trees in the garden. Stay. Good stay. Come on. The dogs love this garden. This is our front garden at the front of our house here. And I've had to redo that willow arch. Look at the amount of willow you get in 1 year. I've had to cut those back and reweave them into one another. But it looks alright. It looks pretty good. Especially in the summertime, you should see it. We do have some videos about that. Check out all the roses here. Look at that. Well, I ain't going to let these go to waste. I'm going to dig them up out of the lawn here and going to reuse those somewhere else. The dogs love it here in our front garden because they used to play here when they were puppies about 2 years ago. Oh, have you a ball, Levi? What's that? Here, here. Check out the monkey puzzle trees. They're about 75 years old now. About 2 foot in diameter, or 60 centimeters in the bottom here. This garden used to be all lawn when we moved in about 8 or 9 years ago, and we turned it into something a little more productive and a bit more sheltered as well. So this hedge here I planted. Some of those ornamental shrubs have already been here before. This is a crabapple tree, this fella here. Still no fruit off it. It's getting huge, but hopefully we'll get a flush of flowers on it this year. It'll also pollinate the rest of the apple trees around here. We've got more apple trees here and a fig tree. For those of you who haven't seen this garden before, this used to be so unproductive and open and windy as well. And now it's lovely and private and a little bit jungly, but at the same time it is very productive. It's producing a lot of berries and a lot of cuttings for me as well. Check out this willow tree here. Look at that. Look at the amount of wood in that tree. Might cut that back. Get a lot of cuttings out of that. Look at the productivity here. It's nearly like Paul Gauchi's kind of professional arborist fruit trees, even though I'm not very good at pruning. Winter's nearly over. That means we can soon start seedlings in our greenhouse, and the winter selection is still available on our website. We've had to close the website for just a week because we've had too many of your generous orders coming in, and we just want to bring down the order processing time a bit. For those of you still interested in getting cuttings, plants and tubers, take a look at our website. It's back open again on the 1st of February, this bank holiday weekend. We'll see you the next time, and hopefully see you at the Seed and Plant Swap as well. I'll be mentioning it a few more times just to make sure everybody knows. And please do let your gardening friends know as well. See ya. Bye bye. The willow arch kind of looks like a haircut there. Is he at it again? What do you think about Levi? He's just lying down. Levi, here. Come on.